Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn daily energy reading. And this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not, as that means it may be meant for someone else. All right, we're going to get some Animal Oracle Tarot. And we're going to look at what you may possibly be struggling with. We're going to look at what you may need to look at. And then we're going to look at future energies that may possibly be coming in for you. And then I'm going to use my vice versa tarot, which has images on both sides. And we're going to get some tarot and close out with an oracle. All right, if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, please feel free to check out the links down below. All right. Capricorn. All right. So what you may be possibly struggling with is canary spirit, sing your own song. What you may need to look at, our current energy, is to see the big picture. And for future energies, we have bring a gentle touch. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have watch your words. So I kind of feel like that goes with bring a gentle touch, because sometimes our words can be very stinging and they can be very hurtful. And sometimes when we're angry, we sort of lash out and we try to say, in the moment we feel that trying to say something to hurt the other person is what we want to do. But then when we've had time to calm down and to step away from it and we look back, we say, oh, you know what? In the moment it felt good, but now it doesn't feel so good, and it has a lasting effect more than just that moment. All right, so what you may be struggling with is singing your own song. So it could be that you are struggling with your own voice, right? Speaking up about something, expressing yourself, coming out of your shell, being heard. Maybe there's something that you want to do. Maybe there's something that you want to try, and you don't feel like you are in the energy to sing your own song. All right, so we have the Knight of Swords. We have the Eight of Swords, and we have the Ace of Cups. Current energies, we have the Four of Wands, we have the Four of Swords, and we have the Six of Swords. Future energies, we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Sun card. No, the Judgment card, sorry. The Judgment card. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. And then at the top of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And I feel like this goes with sing your own song, because it's like that trumpet thing. I forget what that's called, but I feel like that goes with singing your own song. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Swords. All right, so we'll put those there. All right, so what you may be struggling with is we have, let's see, that was there, here, here, and here. So this card, he has a very determined face on there, right? Look at that face. And he's got his sword and he's going across all of these rocks and he's barefoot. And then we have the Eight of Swords, where she is kind of being held back, but it's like she's holding herself back. And we have the Eagle that's coming in, but she can easily take the sword and cut the ropes. And then we have the Ace of Cups, and that could be a I feel like maybe it's you're holding yourself back in a relationship. And because I almost feel like you're the one that's holding yourself back. Maybe you're feeling like you don't want to speak up about something because you don't want to rock the boat. But I feel like there's something that's making you feel angry, or something that's really bothering you. And maybe you've been holding yourself back in a relationship, and you haven't been talking about the things that you want to talk about. I just noticed here that we have the knight on the horse there, and she's kind of he's looking up at the fountain. Gertrude's wound up this morning. The girls have been crazy all morning. All right, so current energies are what you may need to look at is see the big picture. See the big picture, that if you don't speak up, and if you don't speak your mind, and if you hold yourself back in a relationship, that you're going to have that resentment. You're going to have that resentment towards that other person, and that anger and that frustration. And I feel like you need to take some time out to see the big picture, to see what's happening, to see the connection that you have with this person. And is that something that you want to work on? Is that something that you want to work through? I just feel like a lot for Capricorn is taking some time out to think about things. Gertrude? Thank you. I feel like you have a lot of anger with this. Watch your words. I feel like there are things that you want to say, but maybe you have been holding yourself back, right? Gertrude? Maybe you have been holding yourself back. Maybe you have been watching your words. But I feel like maybe that's piling up. That maybe you have such a pile of frustration built up that, you know, you're kind of in this energy with that face, right? That you're feeling frustrated, that you're feeling irritated, and you're like, you just want to scream, right? Sometimes we just want to scream, and actually it feels good to be able to let that go. You know, you just go in your car and you just start screaming. I mean, you know, just sometimes it's just nice to just let out a scream, right? Just let it go, and it feels good to do that. For future energies, we have the bring a gentle touch. So kind of, I almost feel like it's once you release that you feel so much better, that you feel softer, that you feel better. And then I feel like you're ready to move forward with that you're ready to kind of head into the storm and to deal with a situation. And that maybe this is confronting something that sometimes, you know, in the past that you didn't want to confront it, but now you're like, yeah, I want to confront it. I want to deal with it. And things start happening for you, and, you know, we have the Judgment card there, and it's like, things start happening in your favor, and you feel like things start falling in place for you. And you can handle those more difficult situations. That in the past, maybe you didn't speak up. In the past, maybe you didn't voice your opinion. I know I'm a Capricorn sun and a Capricorn rising, and I know that there were a lot of times where I just bit my tongue. And I was like, okay, I won't say anything, and I'll just suck it up, right? And I'll just let that person say whatever it is that they want to say. But now I'm like, I'm going to speak up. Like, if there's something that I feel is wrong, if there's something that I feel that I didn't do anything wrong, I'm going to speak up about it. I'm going to say something about it. And just having that attitude and having that confidence within yourself, it makes people look at you differently, because they can feel your confidence energy, and they know that, okay, before I felt weak, and before I was not confident, and so people would do things or say things or feel that they could kind of have control over me. But now where I'm feeling more confident, and it's like you give off this energy. Like I said before, that I work in retail, I'm a cashier, and definitely, like I've said many times before, is that the energy that I give out, people can feel that without me even saying a word. And when I first started working, I've been in retail, I've worked with the public for many, many years. But I feel like this last place that I've been working at, it's really shown me to become stronger and more confident. And when I first started working there, you know, people could feel my weakness, and they would say mean things, or they would be nasty, or they would be rude. And I would take that in, and I would go home and I'd think about it, and I'd be upset about it, and I'd replay it in my head. And, you know, I was always trying to, you know, just not say anything or not speak up. I mean, obviously working in retail, you can't lash back at people. But what I learned was that I don't need to let their words bother me, and I don't need to give that power to them. And when I became more confident, and I was like, I don't really care what you have to say. Like, your words are not going to bother me. If you're having a bad day and you feel you need to take it out on me, then that's fine, but you're not going to get to me. And when I felt more confident, and I wasn't going to let those words or those people get to me, that it's almost like it happened less and less, because people could see that I wasn't going to deal with their garbage, right? I wasn't going to deal with their words. And I was like, I'm not having it. And it was almost like I was putting off this aura of, I'm not having it and I'm not dealing with it, so you're not going to come after me, right? Because if you are, I'm going to call the manager right away. And you're not going to, because before I would go into the back room and I'd cry or I'd be upset, right? And now it's like, no, I'm not dealing with that. Like, you're not going to get to me. But it's crazy, because then people can sense that. So they don't try to challenge you. So they don't try to come after you. They don't try and tear you down, because they see that you're not weak. And I feel like people who are like that, people who are negative, people who are not happy with their life and they want to attack other people, they almost can sense those weaker people, and they will go after those people, because they're not going to challenge someone who's going to challenge them, right? They're going to challenge someone who's weaker than them. And so before, I feel like they could see that I was weaker, and so that they would, you know, and then I was in a vulnerable position because I can't say anything, right? I can't speak up. But just me having that confidence and almost like, you know, puffing up my chest to say, hey, I'm not going to let you get to me, that they don't even challenge me in the first place. And it's happened a lot less, which I feel like that's this reading too. I feel like there's something that you have to say. There's something, it's almost like you're feeling like you don't want to say anything, but then you think about that and you're like, yeah, I'm not going to take this. I'm not going to deal with this, right? I'm not going to let you get to me. If I have something that I want to talk to you about, I'm going to talk to you about it. Or if I feel that you are in the wrong, I'm going to say something about it. But I'm going to be careful with my words, because I'm not going to attack and be negative and, you know, do that. I'm going to be confident in my words to say, hey, you know, what's going on here? Or you have the wrong perception, or you were, you know, I feel that you didn't receive it correctly, or, you know. And then once you start to be in that confidence and that energy, then that person is kind of like, they tend to back down, right? So I feel like that's what this is about, is you coming into your own strength and coming into your own power and singing your own song, right? That if you have something to say, you're going to say, and you're not going to let that other person constantly push you down. I hope that made sense. Sometimes I wonder if I make sense and I just kind of ramble on. But that's just kind of the energy and the feelings that I was getting from the reading. Like, you don't have to, you know, it says watch your words. Like, you don't have to. There's a way to show that you're confident and that you're not going to deal with stuff in a certain way. It's like how you present yourself, right? And I feel like there's a way to do it and there's a way not to do it. All right, we have the Hermit. So looking within and seeing like this snake here, that's seeing that there is a roadblock here. There's a block here because you're not singing your own song. There's a block because you're holding yourself back. I feel like you have all of this pent up anger and this frustration within yourself. And I feel like you also have to look within is, why am I angry? Why do I feel irritated? Why am I not speaking up? And you know, you really have to do those things, and you have to look within, and you have to find out, you have to ask those questions. Why am I feeling this way? What is it? Is there something that triggered me? Is there something within the current relationship, or something that's triggered me currently, but really has to do with something deeper from the past? And we have the Three of Swords, so I feel like this Three of Swords goes with the snake, and it represents that there's some sort of hurt. And that's why I said, is there something really from the past? You know, that sometimes when people argue about the dishes in the sink, it's not about the dishes in the sink, it's really about something deeper. So I feel like there's something deeper going on with you, that you're feeling that you have to hold yourself back. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which is getting past the situation, which I definitely feel that you're doing, because you're asking yourself those questions. Why am I feeling this way? Why am I holding myself back? Why am I not singing my own song? Why am I not speaking up? And then we have the King of Cups. Oh, and we have the Tower. I feel like the Tower is coming out a lot for Capricorn lately, but I feel like that's you asking yourself those hard inner questions and asking yourself, you know, why am I feeling this way? Why am I doing things this way? And then, you know, feeling more balanced because you're asking yourself those questions. I love when the Tower and the Death card come out, because I feel like the Death card is that you're holding on to something that is holding you back from transforming and changing. And I feel like the Tower card to me is stripping things down to the base and really finding out what is the root of the problem, what is the root of the feelings, what is the root of the reaction, right? Like I was saying over here, it's not about the dishes in the sink, it's about something deeper. And I feel like with these two cards, that it's getting to the root of what's really going on here, and then rebuilding and transforming and changing and feeling better and looking at the opportunities and becoming more interested about what's going on with you and changing things up and feeling better. And then we have the Justice card here, and feeling more balanced and things happening in your favor. The Judgment card is an awakening and a renewal and a revival and opening your eyes to things and seeing things, right? Seeing things differently. Seeing things differently, focusing on this one cup here and not focusing on these three cups, or just, you know, seeing things from a different perspective and saying, yeah, I got to sing my own song. I got to speak up. You know, I got to toot my horn. I got to say what I need to say. I need to get this off my chest because I don't want to hold on to all of this negative energy. I don't want to hold myself back, right? And we have the King of Swords, and thinking about those things that I need to make some changes within myself. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, which is slow, steady progress, but good things happening, new energy, young energy, new things happening, good things happening. That even though this might have been something difficult, but I feel like it really opens your eyes to things. Sorry about Gertrude. I don't really know why she's so wound up. She hasn't barked through a reading in a while. I guess she was due. All right. So let's close out with a fortune reading card. Key. New beginnings, directions, and adventures await for those ready to let go of the past. So I feel like that's over here with the Hermit and the Three of Swords, right? And then going into the Ace of Swords. I don't feel like it's something that you need to, like, not acknowledge and then let go. I feel like you need to acknowledge it, you need to work through it, and then you're over it, you're done, and then you let it go. I feel like it's something that you have to make sure that you process it before you let go. Like, don't let go of it before you're ready to let go. Don't leave little, you know, little specks or little tidbits of whatever this represents for you. Don't leave that. Make sure it's fully processed and let go. And when you've done that, you'll feel that within yourself. You'll feel that energy lift. You'll feel you become lighter. You'll feel that cloud go away. You'll feel that strength come into you. You'll know when you've let something go. And then it's pretty cool because then you don't even think about it. Like weeks will go by and you're like, oh wow, I used to focus on that all the time. And then you're like, yeah, you know what? I haven't thought about that in a while. So I really have let that go, and that really does feel good. And I feel like that's what Capricorn's going through here, especially with these Tower and the Death cards coming out a lot. All right, I rambled on today, but that's what I was feeling, so that's what I did. If you've made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. And as always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.